Hi everyone, welcome to another live stream. It's Monday. You found Crypto Tips. My name's Heidi.
And I'm Toby.
And we got a lot to talk about. So hi everyone, as always, gotta say hi to the people giving us some love in the live stream.
Hey,
Josh,
who's in there?
Josh
Richard,
JD, Richard, David Lynn,
Rage Tester,
Sergio, Lachlan, Kevin S.
Who
Who else did I see in here? Whoop, there goes our soundproofing. Hold on.
What's up, Sergio?
Technical difficulties.
Ken Bozak, welcome. John, Dave D, awesome.
Yeah.
IP.
So, Sergio kicked it off. He said when the streaming starts, Bitcoin will hit 17K.
Gosh, it's crazy.
Tends
like,
to happen.
Yeah, it actually, every time we go live, it seems like the price of Bitcoin's up.
It's kind of irresponsible for us not to do 24-hour
I know, right?
live stream at this point.
We should definitely do that. Anyways,
it's
Bitcoin is skyrocketing, and there's many reasons why. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. So, yeah, let's get right into the topics today. Hey, Jay. Hey, Brad. Hey, Dan. Kaipo. Wasabi.
William.
Thank you.
What's
UK Bitcoin Master. Thank you for
What's up,
those
Bill?
likes. Always appreciate that.
Bill
So,
Klein.
Bill Klein is here. Okay.
Yo.
So today I want to talk about a thing that happened with Ethereum a few days ago. There was a bug found in the Geth wallet, which is a node, a wallet. It's like a full node wallet for Ethereum. And the kind of controversial, the team decided to go ahead and hard fork the code for that node secretly without kind of making it public. Of course, there's reasons for and against this. It is a bug. There's this whole concept of responsibly submitting a bug that you find an issue, so then someone has a chance, the team has a chance to fix it. But so anyway, they pretty much did a hard fork, hoping that people would just automatically upgrade to it and it would just fly completely under the radar. Turns out,
Nope.
Some people noticed because it has to do with, I mean, we're always finding centralization everywhere, right? In every cryptocurrency. Nothing is perfectly decentralized, unfortunately. But it's events like this that kind of show the weaknesses and the kind of patterns that are developing towards centralization. And one of those is this whole concept of Infura, which is a node hosting company that is used by a lot of now very popular, well-used Ethereum platforms. Let me see, where's the list of them? Okay, I can't find it now. But it was like a Uniswap, Compound, I think, was listed. A lot of these DeFi platforms use Infura to host their nodes. And what happened was because they use Geth and these developers made this hard fork kind of under the radar or didn't make it public, because they didn't automatically make that upgrade to kind of bounce past that bug situation. There was some downtime for these DeFi platforms, and it wasn't very long, but it still happened. And the reason why it happened across so many of these different platforms is because they use a centralized node hosting platform like Infura. So it's everywhere.
It's just growing pains.
It is, and it's a learning lesson. It's a lesson to be learned for sure about centralization, and it's hopefully they take this warning seriously, because what if something were to happen with Infura? Hopefully they're securing the access to these nodes very, very much, because that could be a lot of control as well. So anyway, that's a little thing that happened with Ethereum. And speaking of Ethereum, also Uniswap had that whole farming. You can provide liquidity for Uniswap for certain pools, and by using your liquidity pool tokens from contributing to a certain pool, you could take that token and use it to farm Uniswap tokens. So you'd be paid in, if you guys watch my video, if you haven't yet, I highly suggest that you do. My tutorial on Uniswap, how to provide liquidity, how that works, all the concepts behind it. So basically, Uniswap had this farming thing that is set to close November 17th, tomorrow. And what's going to happen with that is there's going to be a lot of Ethereum that was locked up in these smart contracts for providing liquidity. That Ethereum's going to hit the public market.
But that doesn't matter.
$1.1 billion worth of Bitcoin. What do you think about that?
Which is nothing.
Nothing.
It's nothing. It'll be bought up so fast you won't even notice it.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
It's
I mean, there's so much liquidity with Ether.
Yeah.
Like, who cares?
So
I don't care.
basically what we're looking at is some legitimate FUD, I think, with Ethereum. Maybe not FUD, but something to be aware of. You know, the developers made that choice and they hard forked, and it affected some platforms. Those platforms were affected because they were using the common centralized node hosting service. And now we're seeing, you know, this other FUD of there's going to be all this Ethereum dumped on the market. And even if here's a little devil's advocate for you, Toby.
Sure.
Even if it doesn't tank the price, just that even if it all hit the market and they all just market sold it, even that didn't tank the price. What if it would just trigger a little cascading waterfall effect of like people be like, oh, Ethereum's weak, sell it. What else can I get into that's going to be pumping like Bitcoin?
That's dumb money. So who cares? You're going to have the smart money that is going to go, okay, cool. There's $10.42 billion traded in the last 24 hours on centralized exchanges. So, like, I don't care. I really don't care. What, 10.42? That's 10 times the amount.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah, so it's going to be absorbed, and
super fast.
In addition to what's happening with Ethereum coming up, hopefully, who knows when Proof of Stake is coming out. They are teasing it so hard. Wasn't it supposed to be coming out like any day now?
No, December 1st.
Oh, November to December. I'm sorry. It was supposed to be July. Yeah. Anyway, I will be excited when it actually comes out.
I mean, it's not going to be a huge deal. It's just staking, so...
Yeah,
you know,
but it's
2.
like...
It's 2.0. It's not 2.1 or whatever.
But it's staking, right? It's people locking up their coins, so it's going to take some liquidity off. So
For sure. It's going to take a ton of liquidity off.
Yeah.
So there you go.
That's why people wouldn't be excited about it. And probably trying to buy it now before that...
we're doing that.
Stock to flow ratio kicks in.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So for those of you who...
Stock to flow ratio.
Right?
Yeah, but we'll see that.
It's not the same.
Happens, yeah.
Okay. So for those of you who are always hyped up, and rightfully so, about Toby's thoughts and some rant, I try to gear this live stream towards
don't do that
a little bit.
Jeez.
No, but we can talk about some things. A lot of people were, kind of worried about Ray Dalio and his thoughts on Bitcoin and being outlawed, and he really was saying that was a possibility, which is funny. And it's, for me, that just shows how much he doesn't know. It shows that he just looks at the price. He doesn't know anything about Bitcoin besides price, which is why he thinks this would even be a legitimate thing to talk about. He's just showing himself as a noob, really. Yeah,
which is really pathetic that he's given this platform on where is it? Cointelegraph?
I'm sure it's all
Where
over.
Else does he show?
It's all over the place. Whenever people like this are either pro Bitcoin or coming off against it, it gets a lot of press.
Which tells you a lot about him as an individual as well. Not to pick on him too much, but like, this guy's a billionaire, right? How did he get to be a billionaire? Did he like research companies and then invest his own money on that? Or was he given this money? It makes me question these guys. Like, how can you be so stupid and say something so ridiculous, so fake, false?
Yeah.
And have a platform on this. It makes you wonder how these people got their money, where they be. You know, it's just like, come on, does he have 2 brain cells? Like, how does he say that it's going to be outlawed? How is it going to be outlawed? Really? Are you going to ban the internet? Like, what are you going to do, buddy? It makes no sense.
I mean, so there's that, right? Like, he either doesn't know what he's talking about, and
definitely
he kind of, he's gotten complacent on researching the new things that's happening in finance, or he's trying to dump the price, right? Because he's trying to buy it. But this is not how you do it. Telling people that Bitcoin is going to be illegal that's going to encourage people who are actually worried about needing to use Bitcoin, and if it became illegal, they're gonna want it because they're not, you know what I mean? Like the indications of a government actually trying, like, there's banning it, and then there's enforcing that ban. 2 very huge different things. One is very easily announced. The other one is not very easily put into action. So, Thomas, thank you. Yeah.
Have your topics and take on things. Thanks.
Thanks for the super chat, guys.
So what do you think? Appreciate it.
So if he's trying to dump the price because he's trying to buy it,
I really don't think these people are really that smart.
Are you like Jamie Dimon and how he's come around?
I mean, even Jamie Dimon, he has other people working, below him that are creating synthetic derivatives and whatever.
Yeah.
And so I really don't think these guys are that smart, especially can you imagine now you have this guy saying that it'll be outlawed. And could you imagine giving him your money? You'd have to be crazy to give a guy like that your money because you're thinking, wow, this guy doesn't do any research whatsoever. And he spouts it to the world. What else is he saying that is completely fake and false?
Yeah, fair enough.
So you got to really think about these guys. They get a huge platform and, they should be listening to you, Heidi. And actually learning
Ray Dalio
about Bitcoin.
Calling you out.
Exactly. Put Ray Dalio on our show and we'll have a little debate. That'd be a lot of fun.
Or just an educational time for him.
So Ray, if you're listening, come on. You're more than welcome to make a fool of yourself on our show.
I'd love to help you out. Okay, so just to give you a little idea for those of you who might not know who Ray Dalio is, he is the hedge fund legend from Bridgewater. By the way, year-to-date returns on Bridgewater has been negative 18%, and for Bitcoin is plus 115%. So in addition to him thinking, Bitcoin is going to be banned if it pretty much he said if Bitcoin appreciates in price too much, governments are going to want to enforce it. He doesn't say what price is going to trigger that emotional response by governments. He also says that he's more of a fan of gold, even though year-to-date, gold has seen gains of around 23%. In the same period, Bitcoin recorded a 119% gain.
Have fun with your gold.
So here's the thing. This is what all of this talk, whenever the price goes crazy.
Before I lose my thought,
yes.
He could have just invested in gold and done better than anything he's ever done.
Well,
and then we could have made fun of him he didn't get into Bitcoin. He lost 1/5 of his
holdings?
Yeah,
or the value?
Due to inflation from Bitcoin going skyrocketing.
Yeah. So just to compare, Bitcoin has a market cap of $291 billion, at least at the time of the writing of this article. And he is a hedge fund that he manages, or Bridgewater manages, $148 billion in assets under management as of September 2020. So cool. Bitcoin's getting there. Or Bitcoin's more than that anyway. What I was going to say is that, now that the price is going up, I know I just finished that series of how to handle a bull run. This is such an easy time for you to be pro Bitcoin. It's such an easy time to be like, oh yeah, Bitcoin's amazing. But this time doesn't always last. Certainly not in the past. Who knows what happens in the future, but it's going to kick back down. There's going to be corrections at some point. And that's when you're going to be tested on your actual knowledge of the solidity of this platform, of what Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are about, because it's great. It's great to get, affirmations and everyone's impressed you're in Bitcoin or everyone's asking you about it. But at the same time, there's going to be the low times as well. And so just keep that in mind as well. Especially for people who are new.
I think
I'm not worried about us.
This is our third bull, so I'm we know pretty much when to sell, and we will actually mention that within 5 minutes of us selling,
for Patreon members,
CT Club, so it's going to be a no-brainer, especially when retail comes in and just piles into this. I mean, you're going to see craziness. Bull runs are so crazy. I remember the first one was just wow, I can't believe how much people are making. And then the second one, I'm like, wow, this is watching Ether go from, I think it was $5 to $1,400. I was that's a bull run for you,
Yeah.
So this one's just starting.
Yeah.
Just starting. And you have like billionaires getting involved. We didn't have like a lot of billionaires getting involved back then. I mean, you had maybe Roger Ver and a couple other guys.
Yeah,
but like as far as like
not as their reserve asset.
Nah, this is so different.
That is different.
Yeah, and you have supply just vanishing. That's why you're not seeing huge dips. That is my thought. That's
interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, so that you think it's just going to be like a new...
I think that billionaires, family offices, corporations, they're buying up Bitcoin at any chance they can get for any dip. And that's why we're probably not seeing these 30% dips that are usual in a bull run.
Yeah.
Which I think we had 30 to 40% dips in the last bull.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing new.
Euros, Urzen, thank you so much for your tip. His comment, you guys rock, the best channel by far. I learned so much from you guys. Keep on delivering. Thank you.
Awesome.
And two guys, Natty, thank you also for your super chat.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Awesome.
So
yeah, back to that. Just keep buying.
For example, we had a comment. I cannot pronounce your name. I'm sorry. Hi, Buknik. Hey guys, what are your thoughts on buying Ethereum or Bitcoin now, or wait for a correction?
Well,
what you just said.
There you go.
Dollar cost average. It's something we're always talking about. I feel like you can't really go wrong.
Let me say that. Okay, so on Twitter, like if you guys are on Twitter, a lot of people during this last kind of dip in the 15,000 range, dollar range, like a lot of people were going bearish. They're going, oh my gosh, we're going to drop to 12,000. Yeah. And I'm just like, how are these poor people that are following these people? I'm just like, wow, the people that are calling this have not been in bull runs before, or they just don't understand what is happening right now. They're literally clueless. They're just looking at lines on a chart. They're not understanding the entire realm of what's happening right now.
Exactly. So we're speaking of that. If there's anyone here watching and you're new to this channel and you want to learn more, if you like these live streams and you want to know more about our insights and things like that, I've got a free newsletter that you can subscribe to. It goes out every Sunday. I do a little write-up, and I give you a link to live streams like today's. And then also, if you want to get even more, if you want to figure out, where we're putting our money where our mouth is, really, with our portfolio on Patreon. For those of you who always want to know, what should you do with this much money or whatever, like we show you what we're doing with our money, with our crypto portfolio. There are trade alerts, like Toby mentioned, about when we're going to be selling and things like that. And if you check out our series that I posted called How to Navigate a Crypto Bull Run, that is actually a class that I held for the Patreon members back in August. So always trying to give the Patreon members a lot more insights and have them prepared so it's not so last minute. And so if you thought that series was helpful, there's a lot more other classes just like that as well that's available for you. So yeah, check out the CT Club. So here's the other side of the coin. Stanley Drunken Miller.
Yeah.
He's into it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
He's got a brain. It's good. Woohoo.
And he's an investor himself. He's not like a hedge fund manager, so maybe that plays a little bit more into it.
I think he's got a good head on his shoulder.
He looks like a nice guy.
Yeah.
But so anyway, yeah, he's talking about, pretty much pro Bitcoin. So we're getting a lot of news back and forth of people against it, people for it, and that's what we're always trying to talk about. There's so much more than just the price. Makes it really easy to buy more if you can. We
always have to respect people that, flip and go, you know what?
Yeah.
Hey, I might have been wrong.
Maybe not respect, but okay, be understandable about it.
I mean, that's really good. It takes a lot of courage to do that. There's not a lot of people that are in that position that will go up and say, hey, this is it. This is how I feel now. So that's cool. If you change your mind, that's great, that's fine.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
Yep.
Have you guys read Nomad Capitalist? Is that what you tried to say?
Capitalist book.
Oh, not his book yet. No.
I have not read his book, but I pretty much know.
He gives a lot of information on his YouTube channels.
Yeah, he gives so much.
If you binge watch his YouTube channels, you can learn a lot anyway.
Yeah, that's what I've done for the last several years is
watch his channel. That's how we've heard a lot about that,
every show. So,
yeah,
there's lots of opportunity now, especially, during the bull run and, with a lot of people are going to get taxed to the max on like this next bull run. So if you guys are down for then, you know, think about a second citizenship. It's not that much. You're going to be paying less for a citizenship than you are in taxes.
If you're prepared for this next bull run and this is your first bull run you will experience, you will be surprised at things that you'll be able to afford. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Speaking from experience.
Yeah.
That's it. So if you want to make sure that you can actually hold on to those earnings and actually use those earnings to pay for things, don't store them on a centralized cryptocurrency exchange. There's an article that came out called, it says, security incidents cost cryptocurrency investors $7.6 billion since 2011.
Ouch.
Guess what? Most of those things, guess what isn't mentioned in this article that, you know, was a victim of a theft? Hardware wallets, any wallet that people that were in control of themselves did not account for most or like nearly any of this amount of money. It's all with centralized exchanges and some scam things. So
there'll be many more of this, especially during the bull run.
$7.6 billion worth of...
Hey.
And
people are going to get smarter. That these guys are going to get more clever, more
the
smart.
Hackers, yeah.
And you know, when retail comes in, they're going to be suckers. If they're not watching this channel or like other channels that educate people, they're going to be just suckers for this stuff, and they're just going to lose their cash.
So it said, according to the report, it says the U.S. in particular seems to be a major target. Since the beginning of the blockchain ecosystem existence, U.S.-based crypto services have been targeted by bad actors a total of 13 times. But in terms of value stolen, China is a runaway leader. And Japan's CoinCheck was the winner of the single biggest hack to date, involving a staggering $535 million in lost funds. So okay, this is the facts, right? This is what we're seeing. These exchanges are being hacked, but regulators are so concerned about knowing who the users are that are using these exchanges. They're not concerned about the security practices of these exchanges because, number one, they don't know how the heck to secure a cryptocurrency or what are the best security practices of an exchange. If they were actually concerned about you as a user and your safety with it, they should be looking at this. And they can't because they don't because they can't because it's just way out of their league.
Yeah.
So that's why we're always, you know, we don't take too seriously what the regulators are doing. They're not really there to benefit you at all. They're just there to set up barriers. We've said that so many times.
Parasites, so they feed off the host.
Yeah. And for those of you who are, you know, still okay with keeping your coins on your centralized exchange like Binance, I know some people, I mean, to each their own. That's my favorite response to anyone who might have a conflict of interest. But just know that this is a real threat, and it has been a threat since 2011, and nothing has changed because they still exist. Hackers are getting smarter, like you're saying.
It's always going to exist, yeah.
And especially during a bull run when the value of this crypto is going to be skyrocketing, that's going to be incentivizing a lot of hackers to go ahead and try to break whatever kind of security protocol these exchanges have. And, you know, some of these exchanges, too, they've been hacked through sneaky ways, not through like a brute force hack, but by targeting the workers of the centralized exchange. You know, like getting their personal information somehow, breaking into their computers, and then gaining access to the back end of the exchanges that way. So there's so many different ways that a hacker can get into a centralized exchange.
For instance, if you guys are getting emails from Ledger or whatever,
it's a scam. Hey
guys, stop! Delete it immediately.
Yeah, if you're getting an email from anything, stop whatever you're doing. Don't click on any links. Go to the official source of that platform. Ledger has a Twitter account. They have a newsletter, I'm sure, that you can subscribe to. And if there's any kind of a serious security threat or flaw happening, they're going to want their users to know about it. And so that's their official ways of communication, not through, especially, well, because Ledger did have a hack through their user. We talked about this in the last live stream. Pretty much the emails and the names of the people who ordered some Ledger, not everyone, but a rash of them. And so those are the people that are getting these spam emails. So that's why I'm always a fan of using, we have a Ledger.
And
but
mobile wallets.
Oh my gosh.
guys,
I need to do a video on mobile wallets. It's been way too long. I keep talking about it.
Mobile wallets, like that's really bad. So just keep that in mind. They're really easily hacked, and yeah.
Brad, what's the best cold storage for XRP? Brad. I mean, I use my ledger for any crypto multiple ledgers for any crypto that I hold long term, so cold storage. And there was actually someone on Twitter was questioning the security really of Ledger, and the fact there's just some miscommunication. I was really surprised how many people were commenting that didn't understand how that concept works of cold storage, of mnemonic phrase and private keys. And it's kind of scary how there's these people who are kind of like authorities, or they present themselves as an authority, and not to call anyone out or anything, but it's just a simple thing of how wallets work, and it is secure. And there is a way to set up your ledger offline. You set it up completely on the device. You can turn off the Wi-Fi on your computer, and you write down your mnemonic phrase, not on your computer. If you have a ledger, if you're thinking about it, I do a total in-depth tutorial how to set up your ledger, all the things you should pay attention to, and the best practices. Highly recommend it. Do you have anything to add, Toby? Sorry.
Everybody wants me to rant. I mean, just
rant, Toby.
No, just that guy, you know, like Ray Dalio. Like, oh my gosh, how stupid.
Yeah.
Like, it just, I mean, there's just a lot of things that you can take from people saying things like this. And
exactly.
Like Peter Schiff or whatever. He never did his homework on Bitcoin. He was too lazy. And
but
now he's suffering.
They still take advantage of that celebrity that they have.
Exactly. And it's really too bad because people listen to it. Like, for instance, I respect Peter Schiff in a lot of ways, not when it comes to Bitcoin, but like his philosophy on economics is really good. You know, I read, I forgot that book where it's like it starts off as like people on an island and they kind of make a business from doing shells and stuff. And
sorry.
I forgot what it's called, but it's a really good book.
Oh, the Bitcoin Standard.
No. Oh. Peter Schiff's book. I read it like 10 years ago or whatever. But so he does a lot of good stuff, but like, come on. When it comes down to really understanding Bitcoin, it's really easy. Like, this isn't complicated stuff, you know? It's it's borderless, it's permissionless. You know, I know Heidi was getting a lot of slack for saying when that senator said she bought Bitcoin. I'm like, who cares? You know, like, I don't care if
I don't know why that's impressive.
I don't get it either. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Okay, fine. So she's for Bitcoin and she's in the U.S. government. Like, do you really think that the government is going to listen to her and go, okay, we're going to be nicer now? No, probably not. I mean, look at Binance had to make Binance US because they're so stringent, and the U.S. treats their citizens that want to buy Bitcoin like crap, you know? And so like, it's not going to change. It's only going to get worse.
Yeah.
But you're going to see the most free nations in the world adopting this really fast. And you're going to see a huge shift on perception on Bitcoin.
Yeah. I mean, and it's also a perfect example of this, what I believe it's true with any technology. The younger generations are the ones that adopt it and, acclimate to it and bring it into fruition really as they grow with it.
Yeah.
And people like Peter Schiff or Ray Dalio have found so much success in doing the old ways.
Tracy.
They're really in denial about what could possibly happen. What does Tracy say?
Stupid. Anyways.
Yeah.
Where's Pivotal Point?
I
don't know. Where's Pivotal Point?
If you're watching this later on Pivotal Point,
hello. Hope you're doing well, buddy.
We missed you.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's going to wrap it up for today's live stream. Thank you everyone who tuned in. I think we have the best live stream chat or live chat like ever.
This is a lot of fun.
You guys are great. We thoroughly enjoy this.
So I'll sell a little surfing story today.
Yeah, but I don't know where you surfed.
Oh yeah. So
a secret spot.
I caught a wave and then I had to go straight on it and I got annihilated. So I'm like, okay, when I come up, my partner's going to be there and grab me on the jet ski. So I come up and there's nobody in sight, and I see this about 40, 50 foot wave coming at me, and
Apex.
It was just apexing like this. I'm like, oh, please don't land on me. Please break right now. It literally landed.
How much force do you think, like, would that like crush a car if it landed on
for
pavement?
Sure. And it broke 2 feet in front of me. and I put my head down, and it shook me so hard. I was seeing stars, had a bloody nose.
Nosebleed, Toby.
And,
that's horrible.
Yeah, so that was my day today. But I can still think and understand Bitcoin.
Yeah, you're so excited about it.
Hey, yeah.
That's pretty bad. You know, some people have like brain surgery and they come out with either an accent or like a new talent, or they lose their memory.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if you like I would teach you so much more about Bitcoin if that ever happened.
Sweet.
Don't
okay,
worry.
and you guys would too, because you guys are learning from us right now.
We can all help them remember, guys.
Anyways.
Thank you everyone for tuning in. We'll be coming to you again with more videos throughout the week, but until then, I hope you're staying happy and healthy, and we'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.